Let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE that just closed, and we are seeing the local equity market and the rand continuing to be boosted by the gold miners. That's as gold hit another record high. We do have the all share on the day climbing by almost 1.5%, and of course we are seeing the resources 10 complex carrying those gains as it skyrocketed almost 5.5%. On the other side of the spectrum, we have the industrial 25 leading the losses that we are seeing, declining by almost 2/3%, and the financial 15 edging lower by 0.06%. Let's take a look at what is happening in the U.S. markets, and to my disbelief, the U.S. government shutdown continues. It is in its third week, but we are, of course, we do have our focus on the earnings season, and we did have particularly chip maker TSMC surging by 39% after profit beating results. We are seeing a sea of green on that front. FTSE, the S&P 500 climbing by more than 0.1%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq with an uptick of more than 0.4%, and the Dow up slightly 0.06%. Let's check in on the European markets, and in French politics, we did get Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu surviving 2 no-confidence votes today. And in economic data, we saw the UK's economy in August up by a sluggish 0.1%, and that's actually after a downward revision in the growth the previous month in July that went from flat to a contraction of 0.1%. We do have those markets, though, in a green territory, with the CAC 40 climbing by almost 1.5%, an uptick on the DAX of more than 1/3%, and the FTSE 100 up by 0.07%. Let's take a look at the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. Significant strength coming through to the rand, just below 17 rand 30 against the US dollar, against the pound at 23 rand 22, and against the euro at 20 rand 18. Let's check in on the other currency pairs, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.16, pound dollar at 1.34, and the yen just below 151 against the greenback.